starts now.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Justin Betty. Last November, voters passed 43 school referendums across Wisconsin, though none in the Northwoods. Elko, Florence, Tomahawk, and Medford all failed. But those districts are preparing to try again on the spring ballots in just 2 weeks. This week, Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson will be visiting each of those districts to talk about their proposals, starting today in Elko.
Every 4 years, Elko School District Superintendent Bill Fisher has to do something he doesn't want to do, ask the community for more money. The Elko School District is asking voters to consider a revenue limit override of $1 million per year for 4 years. The referendum will increase the current school tax rate by 46 cents per year for a $100,000 home. While Fisher remains apprehensive, he looks to the community, who's historically been on their side.
We are very fortunate. The Elko School District has been supported in the past, and we're grateful for that.
Now, of the 12 referendums that the school superintendent has seen over his 13 years in the job, only one of them has failed, and that was in November 2020. The April 6th referendum question is the exact same as November, but if this one doesn't pass,
So it would be devastating.
the district would need to look at existing programs and determine what to eliminate. And that includes staff members. The district has had to cut positions every year since 2015. On the financial side of things, without the support of the referendum, the district would be in a money deficit.
If the revenue limit does not pass, we will need to start borrowing money to meet our operation costs.
And in Fisher's 13 years, he's never had to do that. While the school district receives state aid each year, it falls by 15% annually.
If the question to override the revenue limit is not supported, we are projecting a deficit budget of just under $1 million. That would be devastating to the school district.
Fisher says the school district needs this money to maintain current operational costs so that people can continue to count on the school district for good education. Reporting for Newswatch 12, I'm Morgan Johnson.
By the way, if that referendum passes, the homeowners in the Elko School District would still be paying less in school taxes than they did in 2018 or 2019. All right, outside, Andrew, how are we looking tonight?
We're looking pretty wet, Justin, so a lot of us have been seeing rain showers kind of on and off today. Well, don't be fooled once those showers subside in your area, because that will continue overnight into tomorrow with that kind of back and forth on and off pattern. Outside right now, most of the North Woods is receiving rainfall at the moment, and a little scattered more as we head into central Wisconsin. So like I said, don't be fooled. Those will be kind of the trends through overnight with that on and off rain showers. So high temperatures today, we made it to about 60 degrees across the region, some upper 50s as well. And this is a departure now moving forward, so we're having a bit of a cool down on our way, with high temperatures expected to be in only the low 50s to upper 40s tomorrow, which is around where we are right now. So our overnight lows will be pretty pleasant for one more night. We won't go below freezing until starting tomorrow night, and then we will again and again for the next several days. So here we go, looking hour by hour for the rest of the night. Rain showers pretty much all night long until tomorrow morning, though they could be on and off at times, and low temperatures down to the mid 40s. I'll have more weather in just a few minutes. Justin?
All right, thanks, Andrew. Right now, gas prices are about 90 cents higher than last year all across the Badger State. Most economists say the rise in prices revolves around the issue of supply and demand. More folks are traveling more. According to Gas Buddy data, last week's gasoline demand was just 1% below where it was pre-pandemic. Meanwhile, oil production, especially in OPEC countries, remains low.
More people are beginning to drive, both recreationally and getting back to their day-to-day commutes. And we're seeing a little bit tighter of a supply, which pushing those prices up, especially as we move into the spring and summer. This is a trajectory that we would typically see at this time of the year anyway.
Now, there are some ways to save at the pump. Experts advise using apps to show where the lowest prices for gas are in your area, and look into loyalty programs that can offer cents per gallon discounts and are generally free. Also, make sure your car or truck is simply running smoothly.
I mean, aside from going out and buying a more fuel-efficient vehicle, take your vehicle in to have it serviced It's also about the way that you drive. The faster you go over that, the less fuel efficient you're going to be.
As for when prices might drop, we don't know. Nationwide, prices actually did drop a few cents this week, though not in the Northwoods. Many experts believe gas prices could hit $3 around Memorial Day. And just for some more historical context here, the blue line is the national average price regular unleaded over the last 10 years. You see the big drop back in 2014, but gas prices have often been rising in the spring, which we have highlighted in the kind of the black rectangles on your screen here. Prices rose by similar amounts in January through June of 2019, as well as early in 2018, and every year from 2012 through 2016, though not quite as sharply as this year. Today, the Wisconsin Senate passed a bill 27-2 in their vote to allow bars and restaurants to sell wine and mixed drinks to go. That bill now goes to Governor Evers' desk for his signature. Representative Mary Felskowski tweeted in response to the news, quote, "Very excited that my bill, AB 32, allowing cocktails to go, just passed the Senate with broad bipartisan support. This bill will support our struggling hospitality industry and help our small businesses get back on their feet. Hashtag cocktails to go," end quote. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services has launched a redesign to their vaccine distribution summary on their COVID-19 data page. They're trying to make it easier to understand how many doses have been allocated to Wisconsin from the federal government and how many doses have been given out to individuals. Right now, about 2.4 million doses of vaccine have been given out in Wisconsin to about 1.5 million people. They're averaging about 45,000 new doses given out per day over the last week. You can find the data page by going to the Wisconsin DHS website and the COVID vaccines tab. As of this week, most people in Wisconsin are now eligible to receive a COVID vaccine, but for those who are homebound, simply getting to a vaccination site could be difficult. However, as Newswatch 12's Megan Mamlock tells us, UW Healthcare Direct is trying to make things a bit easier for folks to get vaccinated.
We wanted to make really sure that we were only really providing it to those that could not get out of their homes. So we did go through quite a vetting process in order to get down to that particular list.
The patients that are on the vaccination list typically receive their medical care in their home. So this will be another preventative medical measure.
A physician actually makes visits to their home. Their labs are drawn in their home. They never come in, again, because it's so difficult for them to get out and it's such a huge risk.
The Care Direct affiliate of UW received 60 doses of the vaccine this week.
We were able to schedule all of the individuals that we had identified as most vulnerable with a second list, hopefully coming up for future vaccine.
Their goal is to provide as much access to the vaccine as possible to the most vulnerable and ill that are unable to leave their home. And Priscilla LaBrosse was one of the recipients.
It gives me security of not getting the disease. I feel a lot better about it. I've stayed in this apartment now for months and months without going out because I don't want to harm somebody else if I get it or get it.
Our focus, because we specialize in home care, is to make sure that we're really getting to those most vulnerable in their homes that can't get the vaccine really any other way.
That's Newswatch 12's Megan Mamlock reporting. Still ahead, we'll show you why one Wisconsin veteran says he will soon be able to do things he hasn't been able to do since he was a teenager. But first, Andrew's in with your full forecast. You're watching Newswatch 12. We're proud to serve Wabeno and folks all across the Northwoods of Wisconsin.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. Habish, and Rotier, we fight for what's right.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever and receive free carpet installation along with an additional $300, $600, or even $1,000 of savings on all flooring products and sale prices. That's right, free carpet installation and an additional savings of up to $1,000 on top of the sale prices. See why contractors and designers only choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs.
Our prices will floor you.
Every child, no matter their zip code, should have access to a great public education. As a former teacher and superintendent, I know what it takes. I've led schools to high student achievement, I've expanded preschool, and I've balanced budgets. My opponent has proven she can't be trusted. She tried to cover up a $500,000 school financial scandal. Our kids deserve better. I'm Jill Underly. As state superintendent, I'll always do what's best for our kids.
At Len's Truck, we've made the buying experience fast and easy. All our trucks are guaranteed clean, certified, can be bought hassle-free online, and can be delivered right to your door. It's our way of saying thanks to our past and future customers for the last 35 years. And when you buy a Len's Truck, know that you're buying the best used truck money can buy. Go now to lenstruck.com. You'll find over 800 used trucks, all priced to move. Go now to lenstruck.com.
Len's Truck.
Blackfeet Air Health Center in Watersmeet at the Northern Waters Casino has the COVID-19 vaccine available on March 25th between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. for adults 18 and older. First come, first serve.
Tonight, you can enjoy Mother Nature's natural ambiance of a light rainfall coming on down pretty much throughout the entire overnight tonight, with a few interruptions of brief periods of breaks in that rainfall. Most thunderstorms will be down towards the Milwaukee, Chicago area, if any. So it'll just be that rainfall for us coming through in our area tonight. So looking outside of Eagle River right now, kind of all over is the idea here with those slick roadways, pretty much wet out there all around. So that's going to continue to be into tomorrow. Good news is that temperatures will not be dropping below freezing for one more night tonight, so no freezing concerns out there yet. All right, right now, temperature-wise, we're in the mid-40s across the region, and we're not departing too much further from here tonight, so we're pretty close right now to those overnight lows, and most of us right now having at least a little bit of rainfall coming on down. If not, you probably have mostly to partly, or excuse me, full overcast skies, and that'll continue overnight into tomorrow with those on and off again rain showers. So for the rest of the week, so we have a wet day on Wednesday, and high temperatures barely making it to 50 degrees, so we'll go with the upper 40s. And then for the next several days, we'll be kind of around our average of 40 degrees for this time of year, not warming back up until next week, Tuesday, hitting the 50s once again. So this will be a cooler and wetter pattern than we've been used to so far this season. All right, looking at the rest of tonight, we're going to be watching those rain showers on and off, like I said, throughout the overnight hours. They'll be the most well-bodied right now, and then tomorrow morning, we'll see those more sustained in the North Woods area and a lot more scattered in central Wisconsin. And those won't be done yet, so we'll have more coming on our way overnight. And as you can see, these are all rain showers, and we do have that possibility to be having a little bit of a wintry mix and very scattered snow showers overnight Wednesday as well. And that'll be due to those temperatures starting to dip below freezing once again. But the news there is that there might not be a lot of moisture left in the atmosphere, so those showers could be very brief if they do turn to snow showers at all. So here we go, looking at the rest of tonight. We're going to be getting into tomorrow having at least half an inch of fresh rainfall on the ground. Generally more rainfall off towards Minnesota, and it'll taper back, getting less as we head towards the Lake Michigan shoreline there. And with this as well, we are going to be having winds coming out of the east until tomorrow. Then those will start to be coming more predominantly out of the southwest, ultimately arriving out of the northwest tomorrow. And they could be a little bit breezy at times. Overall, they will be more on the mild side. So we'll be kind of feeling those at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Now, I want to talk about morning lows for just 1 second. This is a big deal too. Like I said before, overnight lows tonight are going to be only settling in the 40s. Last night, that was also the case with some upper 30s, low 40s as well. This is the last night that we'll have such a mild overnight low, and that will be dipping back to below freezing through those overnights. So one more night of this coming our way before we could be having freezing temperatures, and again, a little bit of snow in your forecast once again. So for the rest of tonight, we do have rain likely all overnight, kind of on and off. Low temperatures down not too much further than we're at right now already. At 43 degrees will be that overnight low. And that east wind is coming at 5 to 15 miles per hour. It could be a little extra breezy at times, and Wednesday we have more rain coming our way. You'll notice that cool off significantly, highs at only about 48 to the low 50s, and we'll have more of a southeast breeze at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now looking at your Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast, so we know you have a wet day on Wednesday, but check out these overnight low temperatures, pretty much below freezing for the rest of your extended forecast, and then we'll dry on out for Thursday and Friday. Back to you, Justin.
Thanks, Andrew. Tonight we're learning new information about the suspect in yesterday's supermarket shooting in Colorado. Court documents show 21-year-old Ahmad Al-Aliwi Alisa was from a suburb of Denver. Purchased the assault rifle less than a week before the attack that killed 10 people. The documents also say supermarket employees told investigators the suspect shot an elderly man multiple times outside the store, which they knew about before he went inside. Another person was found shot in the vehicle next to a car registered to the suspect's brother. Aliwi Elisa was shot by law enforcement but is still alive. That's him walking here. However, investigators say they have not yet established a motive. We'll have more on the attack and the government response throughout the week on Newswatch 12. An Army veteran from the Madison area just got access to things he has not been able to do in years, thanks to a nonprofit in the area. Seneca Bargo reports.
Cody Becker grew up outside.
I used to go up north with a family friend, do a little bit of hunting, a little bit of fishing.
At 19, Becker joined the Army, going out when he could, but an accident during training left him partially paralyzed and confined to a wheelchair.
Next thing you know, you're just in a hospital room, kind of staring at the ceiling, and you don't know where you're going to go from there.
For over a decade,
fresh air, sunlight.
Becker has missed being in nature, but now he's getting a second chance from the Madison Area Beal Family Foundation.
We have a lot of veterans in our family and people involved in the military, so it really just kind of stood out.
Anna Renke's mom is part of the foundation. They partnered with Paralyzed Veterans of America and Action Track Chair to donate a wheelchair that can handle rough terrain.
All right, so doop, doop. Okay, so tilt back, tilt forward. Feels pretty good.
His first day in the new chair, some fellow vets took Becker hunting, something he hasn't done since his teenage years.
I'm ready to get back out there and get into the thick of it and see what this thing can do.
Becker says the biggest thing this chair gives him is freedom, the freedom to do things himself without relying on other people.
It gives me a sense of pride that I'm accomplishing something on my own.
That's Seneca Bargo reporting. The Wisconsin women's ice hockey team brought home a national title over the weekend. Now the Badger men are gearing up for the tournament as a #1 seed, and a Spash alum is leading the way. We'll hear from Cole Caulfield in sports after the break.
Ultra Deck Inspire. Decking that makes life easier. Natural wood grain texture you never have to stain or paint. Slip-resistant surface that takes on weather. Durable, long-lasting material that takes on life. Tough, sustainable, and beautiful. Ultra Deck Inspire for every lifestyle. Exclusive.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for Spinal Aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation or visit us at spinalaid.com.
This is Ford Truck Month.
Are you ready for a ride?
Now is the time to get a great deal on Ford Ranger, Ford Super Duty, and the all-new 2021 Ford F-150. Get our best offers of the year and see what Built Ford Tough can do for you. Welcome to the show, America.
Welcome to the show.
Right now, get $5,750 in total savings on a 2021 F-150. Only during Ford Truck Month.
Coming up on your Wednesday, we'll learn more about a local chronic disease self-managing workshop.
And rain chances will be moving in, Peter, and temperatures that will be up and down. What will things look like? More when you tune in on your Wednesday.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Stone Innovations, Rhinelander and Plover.
Sports Watch 12 starts now.
The Wisconsin men's basketball team is no longer dancing. Their season came to an end against the Baylor Bears. But now it's time for a different tournament. The madness will continue for the men's hockey team. The Badgers are the #1 seed in their region and will have to take on Bemidji State in the first round. Regardless of the outcome, this team has accomplished a lot. They were Big Ten regular season champs. Plus, Spash native Cole Caulfield was the leading scorer and points leader in the country, but he says there's still a long road ahead of them.
I think that's something that our team is really focused on, is just focused on the next game at hand, the next task that we got. Everybody's focused on Bemidji State right now. That's our next opportunity.
Cole Caulfield gets a lot of attention on the ice, and, that makes a lot of sense. He's been dominant all year long. But he gives a lot of his success to his older brother and fellow teammate, Brock Caulfield.
It's just been a lot of fun just to kind of spend more time with him. Nobody knows what lies ahead, but just kind of enjoying what we have now. And, he's pushed me every day, and I hope I do the same for him. So he's been nothing but the best to me.
Both Caulfield brothers will be ready for their first round matchup. Their first game against Bemidji State is this Friday. Puck drops at 12 p.m. Earlier in spring training, the Brewers got smoked by the defending world champion, the LA Dodgers. Hoping for a little revenge today, and they wasted absolutely no time getting on the board in this one. First inning, down 2-0. Keston Hiura. He's going to launch this into deep right center field. It's gone. Souvenir for the fan. And then the very next batter is Christian Yelich. And you know what? He says, time to get on the action too. Back-to-back homers for the Brewers in the first inning to start this ball game off. Great way to tie the ball game up. Milwaukee would score one more and take a one-run lead going into the second. And then here it is in the second. Hiura up the bat again. And you know what? He'll hit a second homer of the day. Hiura's been on fire all spring training, it feels like. Another back-to-back too. Brewers are hot from the plate. They win this one 9-6, the final. The Bucs season has been a little bit of a roller coaster, to say the least. Constantly going up and down, winning a couple of games and then losing a couple of games. At one point, losing 5 games in a row. But since that losing streak, they've been almost unbeatable. After last night's win against the Indiana Pacers, Milwaukee has won 12 of their last 13 games. They've defeated some serious title contenders like the LA Clippers and Philadelphia 76ers. Giannis and his play obviously has been a huge reason for their success, but don't sleep on the team as a whole. This Bucs team is deep. Key players like Bryn Forbes and Bobby Portis come off the bench and give this team vital minutes. And with the new addition of PJ Tucker, the Bucs are back in title contention. Now they just have to keep playing like they are right now.
Just playing, competitive, unselfish basketball, and that there's all kinds of little things that go into that, and hopefully we can continue that.
In the NBA Power Rankings, the Bucs are now ranked as the second best team in the league. Their next game is tomorrow against the Boston Celtics. That's all I got in sports. Justin, back to you.
Thanks, Griffin. Aspirus' Medevac helipad is based in Wausau for now, but not for long. We'll show you how the healthcare provider is hoping to make it easier for folks in other parts of the Northwoods to receive potentially life-saving care quickly after the break.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more. Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell many things. Risk, if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for. Harm, if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. And overdose, if they're not used as directed. They may be hiding in your home, in bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere. Why put your family at risk? Safely dispose of opioids before they can do harm. The best thing is to find a drug take-back option, such as medicine drop-off boxes, mail-back programs, or home disposal products. If there isn't a take-back location near you, check the FDA's flush list. Medicines on the flush list may be especially dangerous if they are used by children, pets, or others in your home. No take-back location nearby and your medicine isn't on the flush list? You can dispose of it in the trash. Get more information on safe opioid disposal and remove the risk.
Today, Aspirus announced plans to move their Medevac helicopter, currently based in Wausau, to a hangar at the Howard Young Medical Center in Woodruff. Newswatch 12's Cooper Henkel shows how the move north could help save lives.
Cutting 20 minutes out of your drive time, household chores, or pretty much any task feels life-changing. If you've ever been in an emergency situation, though, you know that 20 minutes can be life-saving.
We're going to be shaving off about 20 minutes of potential transport time from responding in Wausau up to those northern areas. That could be life-changing for somebody if they're having a heart attack or a stroke or involved in some type of motor vehicle crash.
Medevac System Director Jason Keffler says the time-saving move is practical.
Most of our referral pattern comes from those northern areas to be able to transport patients back to Wausau Hospital.
Keffler says about 90% of patients who use the Medevac service come from north of Wausau.
With it, it made sense to move our aircraft to a more centralized location within our geographical area.
Keffler says there won't be any interruption in services, and the critical response time for emergency situations in the Wausau region shouldn't be affected. The helicopter will be based out of Howard Young Medical Center in just a few weeks, if all goes well.
In early April, we hope to be providing transport services based out of the Woodruff base.
In the Northwoods, Cooper Henkel, Newswatch 12.
From the moments that shape our lives to those that shape our days, broadcasters are there, delivering the most trusted news that keeps you informed when it matters. We are your neighbors, a trusted voice, a lifeline. We are broadcasters. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Check out our 13,000 square foot newly renovated space in Eagle River. We focus only on welding so you can spend more time making sparks fly in our 36 welding booths. Finish the welding program in just 4 to 6 months. Our school is set up like a workplace, so you'll be ready to get working right away. 99% of students find employment before or right after graduation. At AWI, we go beyond basic code standards and aim for perfection. As we work hard, we definitely have fun along the way.
This is Ford Truck Month.
Are you ready for a ride?
Now is the time to get a great deal on Ford Ranger, Ford Super Duty, and the all-new 2021 Ford F-150. Get our best offers of the year and see what Built Ford Tough can do for you. Welcome to the show, America.
Welcome to the show.
Right now, get $5,750 in total savings on a 2021 F-150. Only during Ford Truck Month.
Hi, my name is Betty. I had taken a fall in November and, unbeknownst to me, got a horrible whiplash. Dr. Scher was the first one to tell me, well, you know, Betty, you've got 2 bulging discs and a pinched nerve. So I signed up with Dr. Scher. It worked. It worked. I mean, I now have full range of motion. It was life-changing. I don't have any pain.
Are you suffering with back or neck pain and considering the possibility of surgery? At the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau, we incorporate the latest technologies, including high-intensity laser therapy that provides the highest success rates in helping people just like you avoid back and neck surgery. With our treatments, there are no drugs and no surgery, just relief. Call today for a free spinal disc severity consultation and see if our treatments are right for you. Call 715-203-4392 or visit us at spinalaid.com. Start living your life pain-free.
Hi, I'm Justin with Miracle of Wausau. If you're struggling to hear your favorite news or entertainment shows, stop in and see me for a free hearing test.
Here's a final look at your rainmaker coming our way tonight. So we're looking at this low pressure center making its way through Wisconsin. It'll slice right through the middle of the state, going to the northeast and bringing rain showers well into tomorrow as well. Not so much of thunderstorms. That'll stay to the south. Our area, southern, central, and northern Wisconsin, you'll just be having that rainfall into tomorrow. So here we go looking at current conditions, mid-40s right now. We're not going to get too much cooler than this. Though rainfall tonight will be kind of back and forth. So if you don't have rain now, don't be caught off guard if more rainfall is on the way. Now looking at your final forecast one more time, we have rainfall coming on Wednesday and high temperatures only making it to the upper 40s, low 50s, and then we're going to be staying dry for Thursday and Friday, and that cooling off is going on for the rest of your forecast.
Bit of a change, but not as wet as we might have thought it was a couple days ago.
Right.
All right, thanks, Andrew. Thank you for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next. Have a great night.